Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakurazo here, come at you guys with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Watch for you guys today. And like I promised you guys, this video will be dedicated to showing you guys cheap QCRs that are $7 or less to get before they skyrocket in price. And I am not going to lie to you guys, I just got off a 13-hour shift and I didn't even get much sleep the night before because I was on Fresh's channel. Go check out Jay if you haven't. Awesome dude. But you guys know I always deliver. Even if I'm tired, I got you guys on an awesome Mark Watch. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is hit that like button. Just click the thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss an upload. The algo kills me, so that bell is really going to save not only me, but you as well, so you don't miss an awesome upload. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it a lot, and you're not going to miss a video. Check out our Discord in the description below. Check out, if you're buying any cards off TCG, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Check out Whatnot. You can get some awesome deals there. Use the link in the description. You can get some cheap QCs over there for free, basically, because you'll have $15 if you sign up using my link in the description below. And before we get into it, I do have a question of the day here. And I asked my Discord this, and I want to ask you guys this. If you saw merchandise from me, it could be sleeves, it could be a shirt, maybe even a playmat, whatever. What would you like to see, and what memes from the channel would you like to kind of incorporate into that merchandise? Because the big one I have is Crackhead, but I know a lot of people are going to say some stuff like, you know, Diddy Ross, all that. I really do want to know, and let me know what cards we'll go over next Mark Watch. So, we're going to get right into this here. So, Zodiac Barrage QC here. I have already recommended this at $2. This card will not be $2 for long. The second we get any Zodiac card back, this card will skyrocket. And right now, they're not really $2s, they're $3. So if you got this at $2, you know what? You're already making some value here. You know, they're up $1. The next page does show you this card closer to $5. I don't know why there's a random mod play there, but basically on the second page it goes roughly to about $5 here. So you could get them 40% cheaper right now. Obviously, get it if you got them at $2 or you wanted them at $2 and now they're $3. That'd be a lot better here. But this is a card that could definitely only really go up here, and it's not part of the main set either. So cards that are not part of the main set being this cheap, especially something that has a lot of room to grow, like Zodiac Barrage. I still think Zodiac is one of the most broken archetypes that we've ever seen in the game. Yeah, $2-3 here, not bad at all here. Then we also have Torrential Tribute here. This is a QC that a lot of people kind of glossed over when it was $2. I don't think people should do that, because not only is this like an original OG trap card, but this is played in a lot of formats, since we used to have something in Zexal called the Big Three, right? Or, you know, we call it, or, you know, the trio, right? Where you played one Torrential, one Boundless, one Compulse. They were all limited and they were all great traps. 2-ish going up to $3 here for your Torrentials. Do not sleep on this card. Evil Swarm Ophion. Now, this is a QC that a lot of people are really sleeping on. And right now, they're $2. I'm not going to lie to you guys here. I understand that Ophion, or Evil Swarm in general, are definitely a deck that it depends on the meta, and it is kind of an anti-meta call, because Ophion is just a crazy floodgate, and it is very hard to out, because the spell or trap you could search, you know, it's probably, you know, Infestation, which protects all your Evil Storm for spell or traps for the turn, which is pretty crazy, honestly. And this card also, right now being $2, this deck could get support. And I will say that if this deck gets support, a lot of players are going to be happy, because Evil Swarms were a deck that people loved playing. Same with Constellars. Hidden Arsenal 7 was a very popular set. And you could consider it one of the best received Hidden Arsenals, since Hidden Arsenal really just mostly relied on what crazy extra deck card we got from it. Oh, we got Trish. Oh, we got, you know, a Flamvel Uriquiz, which was like a level 6 back then, right? Oh, we got Catastor, right? Hidden Arsenal never really gave us fun archetypes to play. We got memes and stuff, but none of them really hit until Hidden Arsenal 7. It's actually kind of shocking that Konami gave us so many Hidden Arsenals with how bad they really are when you look back on it. But that's just my opinion here. Evil Swarms are on the chopping block to get support. We got Constellar support in, you know, the same way we got Tunnel Knight support. in the one set about a year-ish ago as well. Evil Swarms, any day now, are going to get support. I think QC Ophions, they're the play. Drytron Nova. Now, this is another card that I actually really like because Drytrons, a lot of people like them. I really think when it comes to ritual decks, Drytron is pretty low for me. I really think there's a lot of fun ritual decks, and Drytron just really isn't one of them. But that's just my opinion, although it is a very popular ritual deck, regardless if I want to admit it or not. And Drytron will only kind of go up as they get either more copies of Ava, because I believe it's at 1. Maybe, I don't think it's at 3 just yet, or maybe they put it at 2. I don't know. As well as if they ever get support. I mean, Drytron is kind of a deck that could get support any day now. These are $2, $3 here. They're not bad for a playset. I feel like Ophion, Evil Swarm's got to have a time within a year. I'm really going to tell you that some of these QCs are 3 or 4. They're not all equal. I personally think Ophion really is a play right now. And if you ever want to keep track of what I say or make your own graphs, check out TCG Creator. It's in the description below at the top. Whenever you click one of these cards, it takes you to TCG using my affiliate link, which is awesome. And you can keep track of what I go over today. And a lot of these cheap QCs, that's going to be an awesome tool for you. So go check that out. Abyss Dweller. Now, this is just something I wanted to kind of cover. These are $2 here. If you don't have one, this is really cool for older formats. I mean, this card has been in the game since probably like 2012, so at least about 12 years. So any format that in the last 12 years, Abyss Dweller is legal for, and it's never bad. $2 here for a QC, you can't really go wrong. Then you also have Excel, Synchro, Stardust Dragon QC. These are $1. Going up, well, no, they're really like $3 here. This is mostly just a reminder. We are getting that Synchro support eventually. And people are playing Gamma now. So you could technically use one Gamma, to go into this during your turn and do a really cool combo that way. So just remember, the Gamma combo is still alive. We still have one Gamma. So as long as we have a Gamma, you can still do Excel Synchron plays with decks. A lot of people are playing 3 Delta, 1 Gamma right now. And I actually kind of like that. Harpy Chandler here, QC. These are $3 going up to 4. I actually did not know this was here. Now, we do have the uncensored LART version, which I might do a Lost Art market watch. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see that. But this QC is actually not as much as I thought. Harpies definitely are a fan favorite, so I kind of see this more as a classic collector card, even though it's came out in Tachyon Galaxy, a set that changed the game forever, where we got Dragon Ruler and Prophecy. But yeah, this card, really great. I like the titties as well. I'm not going to lie, even though I got off a 13-hour shift, like this card, not the feet, but I know some of y'all are into it, but like the thighs, the skinny waist, oh man, that's bussin'. But yeah, good card to get right now at $4. I actually didn't even know this was a QC. Consider Pleiades. So I've talked about this card. It's just a good generic rank 5. But K9 can also play this as well. So right now these are about $4. Yeah, 5 going up to $5. I've seen this in builds. And honestly, it's kind of weird. I think Chronomaly Venama is better in my opinion here, but this card is very generic. You could do like M7 plays in certain decks with this as well. $5, definitely not that bad. I did recommend this at 3. I have to be honest with you guys, and this was in a normal market watch, not a channel member video. I believe, maybe I'm wrong because I mentioned it in both, not too sure. But now it's about a $5 card almost. So here you go, still good at $5. Alistair the Invoker, maybe I am just on crack, okay? Maybe I'm just smoking too much Za, but I really think, and I cannot get it out of my head, that we have Invoke support, and a lot of it really soon, because the amount of love and reprints that these Invoke cards get, I feel like Konami wants to make it like a tier 1 deck or something. The alternate art here right now is like $3-ish here. When we get support for Invoke, some people like the alt art more. I think the original art is definitely going to be a lot higher, but this alt art is still going to be worth a lot of money. 3s, this can easily be a $10, $12 card. Set Rotation QC, this is just $4. We've seen holo versions like the OTS Super be $14 before. The QC could at least be $8, 8 9. I think this is a card that will definitely just see in and out play depending on how the feel smell meta is in the game, and people are going to understand that. So I think set rotation is a good pickup right now, but you might have to be holding it for a while. Again, it's going to need specific formats for the most part, but it is also an anti-meta card as well, so just keep that in mind. Rescue Cat QC here is $5, going up to $6. It's been around this price for a while. I kept telling people $3 was such a good price to get this at, and now it's permanently sold at $6. I don't think Yummy's going to play this, but it is possible that they do still, or some builds, or a build later on. But this card's also played with X-Sabers, a deck that could get support. Now, I don't know if this card is going to be played then, because maybe it's just a little slow, but it's still a card that they could play nevertheless. Then we also have Marauding Captain QC. Now, this is just a classic QC. These are right now $4, but they go up to $6. I just noticed that this only has 21 listings, and as I scroll here, one guy has 2. I go to the second page. There's a playset at 7. It goes up to 10. This is just a cheap QC where it could start kind of going up here. And I just wanted to kind of highlight it. I'm not saying you should really necessarily get this, you know, more than, like, let's say set rotation, Alistair, a Pleiades, or maybe an Ophion. But it's on lower listings, and I did want to kind of show that. Shock Master here, as they say, unlock the shock, right? Or as they say in your parents' bedroom, unlock your dad's chastity belt because, you know, he's getting too excited seeing me fuck your mom. It's $3 for this card, going up to $5 here for your QC Shockmasters. Will they ever bring this card back? I kind of want to see what it would do. Now, reminder, before anyone starts typing, I said I wanted to see what it would do. I did not say it was a good idea, okay? Just keep that in mind while you write your comment roasting me saying that this card should, you know, I want to see this card come back. I just want to see what chaos it would do. Also, fun fact, this is a fairy monster. I don't know how this is a fairy. This is the most questionable fairy I've seen probably in the entire game. Like, how you look at this and you call fairy? Okay. Nemesis Flag QC here. Protos is going up in value. We're probably going to see a lot of Nats. Because Protos really does decide games. These are $4, $5, kind of going up here. I still think that Protos is going to get a reban, and a lot of people are calling for it. And depending on what we see at Nats, we might see that. But some people, they are, you know, playing the one flag with it too, and they're like, you know what, we're going to get QC to match, and I don't blame them. Charger Light Brigade QC, these are like barely, not even $5, like $4 to $5. This is not bad for the searcher for Lightswarm. I think this is kind of cheap. It's just the market for this is kind of low because, let's be real, Lightswarm is more of an older format deck, and they're not playing QC. A lot of people aren't playing Lightswarms, but I feel like Lightswarms are a deck that will probably get support eventually one more time because they tend to get support quite often here. That's just my opinion. Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. We saw this spike up because of Speedroid. Dinomorphia could technically play this too in a very cute way. I don't know why I even remember that, but there are a few other decks that could play this, right? Especially anything that has access to Clearwing. We saw the Ultra hit 20s before this reprint. The QCs right now are $2, $3. I remember the Ultra was like $3, $4 here. I still think that this card is something that maybe you don't need to jump the gun and be like, oh, I gotta go get it now. Because, like I said, not all these QC picks are going to be the same. But I think this is a card you should keep an eye out on. Absolutely, because you never know when people are playing it, because this is a very good card in general to have. Gear Gigot X here, QC here. These are $6, 22 listings, and they are going up to like, you know, 7, 8-ish here. Going up to $10, $15 on the second page. There is a wall of 20 there. Let's see what that wall, I was going too fast. $10 at the wall here. But you do have them at $6 here, $6, $6. If you do want this card, I don't know exactly why it is going up. You just search any level 4. That's all you really do once per turn. So I don't know what deck is currently playing it, because I do know we got a lot of machine decks, but they could make better cards in the year of 2025. I don't know if this could be for hat format because we have the OG secrets as well. But here it is going up. If you want this card before it skyrockets, here you go. The Phantom Knight of Ancient Cloak. These are $5. Really quickly, I do want to tell you guys that we did have rumored Phantom Knight support, and I really want to put my money that we are going to get Phantom Knight support soon. We've actually gone over Torn Scales here, which I guess is going to be one of the only QC cards, or, you know, cards that isn't a QC really here. These are 70 right now. They were 60, and they go up to 220 here. So this card is going up here, as you see. You got 4 more copies before it goes up to 200. Well, basically 80, 112, 200. But at least you got to place at 81, so it's not too bad. Just keep an eye out on this card. You have originals here at $2. And remember, this card can't be a Starlight because it already has a Starlight. So just keep that in mind. That's also a good pickup. Blackwing Simone, the pose to this win, is getting bought out. 6 going up to $10. If you want these cheap copies at 6, you know, that barely exist, here you go before it goes up to 10. I don't know why Blackwings are going up. Please let me know in the comment section below why this card is getting bought out, because I have no idea. Ben 10 here, QC. Also, guys, if you haven't hit that like button yet, we are 16 minutes in somehow. I don't know how I've been talking for 16 minutes, but I guess I have. Hit that like button. You guys like the longer market watches. Here you go. And let me know in the comment section below, number 1, what type of merch you want to see. It could be a shirt, what you want to see on it. All that. Don't just say, oh, I'd get a shirt. Oh, I'd get a sleeve. What is something you'd like on it that kind of is Team Sakuratsu branding? Because I am taking kind of ideas here in the comment section below. Hit that like button, like I said. And thank you to my YouTube channel members. If you want to support me and you love the information I do, consider being a YouTube channel member. I have 20 members, and I know I say that all the time. And a lot of people, usually they're reluctant to support a YouTuber. And you know what? Hey, I'm part of that extremely large majority, right? But I would love if you guys would consider it, especially because I would love to do this more full time. You know, there's maybe a couple problems with my main job getting laid off, so you might see some more Sakuratsu market watches. Not because I'm upset about bringing them, or I'm excited to bring you them. Obviously, I am going to be, but more so I may have more time on my hands. Unfortunately, no, not, you know, where I work's fault, not where. My fault. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Cyber Angel, Ben 10 though, QCs, these, and thank you to those who are channel members very much. These are $5 here. This card's been a very cheap QC for a very long time. I personally really like Cyber Angel Big Titty Ben 10 a lot more, right? You know, they should call it Cyber Angel Big Booty too while they're fucking at it. But I'm going to show the uncensored version because who doesn't like titty? Where's the loss right here? I don't care about this rare, which this was a very good rare for back in the day. Where is the big titty one? Big titty. Oh, that's a Speed Duel Ultra. I forgot about that. Oh, there it is. Like, look at that. It just pops out way more. I honestly probably might run the Lost Art, but the QCs here aren't too bad. Remember, you could get any light fairy type monster, aka any Vanity's Fiend. That's actually what I really like playing in ritual decks, especially with Necros. Any Necros deck, you could just tribute for Vanities, by the way. If you did not know that, like, all you have to do is use this card, because there's so many ways to tribute cards with Valk, anything. You search it and you just normal summon Vanities. I'm still haven't looked at the new Necros build that I personally want, but I just know that if I could play Ben 10, I'm playing Ben 10. If I could play Ben 10, I'm playing Vanity's Fiend. Sorry, not sorry. Then you have number 11, a Big Eye here, QC. These are $5 here, $6. This is a very good generic rank 7. It is also played in Dragon Lore format. I just think that this is way too cheap at $5. We've seen this card's reprint B10, the QC at 5, way too cheap. And while I'm at it, I think the PCRs are probably not bad either. I'm actually going to look this up here. PCR. These are cents here. If you ever want to add one of these to your order, it might not be a nice little bulk stock card here. Deep Sea Diva. Now, we do remember when this card did skyrocket. It says that it was about a $10 card here around 2 months ago. Right now, they're back up to $5. A lot of people don't like to go over buyouts after, they've happened. This card was about $9 to $10. Now they're $6. So if you were looking at this card and you want to get them when they were 5, and then when they doubled, you were like, oh man, that sucks, and you didn't end up picking them up still. Well, you got them at $6 here. This card's not bad. This card's used in many formats as well. Good generic water support. I just like it a lot. It's a good starter as well. Reasoning. Now, one thing I loved about Rated Collection 1, besides just the whole set in general, by the way, I might be getting a sealed box soon. Not to open, just for my personal collection. I don't really dive into sealed as much, but Rated Collection 1 is one I definitely want. But anyway, reasoning here, QC, this is a card that I was really excited for because they only had golds. It had like 11 and a half common prints, and then it had like 2 golds, and I was like, yeah, be fucking kidding me. So in reasoning was a card in Rated Collection 1. I said, you know what? A lot of people are going to say, hey, there was better cards. You know what? No, I'm cool with it. $6 for your reasonings here. You never know when a deck could utilize this. You really don't. You just don't. So it's just something that you could call, and you could really get a lot of plus in your graveyard for. Very good QC at $6. Ice Dragon's Prison. This card, I remember when the Ultra from the same set as, Rise of the Duelist came out. This was like a $30 to $50 Ultra Rare. Now the QC could barely even hold $5. They do go up to 7, but there are some cheaper copies here if you do want them. This is not a bad card when we are running into decks, that really benefit off a specific banish. Again, it's a trap, so it's kind of slow, but it's good in a slower format. Red Eyes Insight here, QCs. These are $7. Back in the day, and I asked this in my last Mark Watch, I said, do you guys want to see that 5 cards to have your trade binder? Actually, I asked it 2 Mark Watches ago, and then I gave you guys an update last Market Watch. And this was a card I had for about $3 to $4 here, and now it's about $7. So this card has slowly been going up. However, we still don't have that Red Eye support that I really thought was going to come. These do go up to 10, 11 though. So, hey, I still think this is not as a good buy, in my opinion. Okay. Primeval Planet Paralino QC. These are $7. Everyone's saying Kit could come back to 1. But you also have the little ones at 1. And I think that tier limit, yeah, being a fan favorite deck, either you love it, you hate it, right? I really hate the timeline. I don't think I hate the deck much as I just hate the Ishizu cards. That's always been my problem with this deck. I do not care about anything. In fact, I think it's a great deck outside of that. It's pretty healthy for the game if the Ishizu cards just did not exist. But regardless of what I think, people have their opinions on tier. But this deck could only go up if we see a limit, or this card could go up if we see a limit like Kit Callus or anything. $7 today for this card. Levier the Sea Dragon. I have talked about this card at $5 and $4 and $6 because it bounces up and down in retrospect for a pretty long time now. Now there's 6s. Amazing card to get. This card can go up to the moon. I mean, it's so generic if any deck can make it. It's fantastic. Zombie Master. We saw this card bought out at $20 at one point. Now there's 6s, so they have gone lower. So if you want your Zombie Masters, they're a lot lower in price. Infernity Archfiend. We saw this. I told people get this card at around 3. It went up to $13, $15, and now it's back down to 6. Right? And that's how buyouts go. So if you got them at 3, good job. If you sold them at anything higher than this, fantastic. Even has the high sale price of $13 here. Now there's $6. I still think Infernity could get their launcher possibly back, but I think they have another limited card. I don't remember, but maybe I'm wrong. But you never know. It's just a card that if we ever see Infernity support or this or that, expect this card to go up to the moon. Galaxy Soldier QCs. These are $8 here. I know it's a little more than 7, but I just want to say this card stabilized as well. I thought it was going to be a little lower. Skullmeister QCs. These are 7 going up to $8. I talked about this card back when at 6 a little late earlier when it was getting kind of somewhat bought out, and now they're going up even further. Whenever Ghost Bell's good, this card's going to be good. And a lot of people are looking at this card to be pretty good against decks in Justice Hunters. Block Dragon QC. This card was bought out, and now it's like $9. So I know it's not under 7, but this card was bought out with like 4 or 5 listings. It was pretty crazy. Heat Soul, this card is $4, but whenever people can play Heat Soul, they'll play Heat Soul. This card has been anywhere from $5 to 20, 30, 20 something, like 7 times. This card just loves to get bought out to the point where I almost think it's a good QC. I still don't like how they made this QC. That's my opinion. But this card was always around $8 here, but now we're just seeing them at 4. So I don't know. I guess, okay, sign in to view more sales. I don't know why. Is that really a thing? Are you serious? Hold on, guys. 1 second. I have talked. Okay, before we move on, look, I know I'm sponsored by TCG Player, but I gotta say, some of you have been complaining lately about, hey, I wish TCG Player did this, and I'm like, yeah, they always try to do changes to optimize the site, and like it actually generally feels like they make the site worse sometimes. Look, I love TCG Player, but man, oh man, I disagree with this. And another thing, I love their articles, but they should have people also bought, because it's also very cool to see. That's just my opinion. I really liked it. But I still love this site, and I still wish best for this site. But who knows? Maybe they're just testing it out. I gotta say, if they testing stuff out, even if quote unquote controversial, some people might like it for whatever reason I can't see. So who knows? Maybe some people will like that option. But Apprentice Illusion Magician QC. These are $3.5, $5, $7 here for your QCs. You got some cheap ones here for $3.5. I'm not a financial advisor, but I would actually recommend picking up some of these cheaper ones. Granted, you guys know how I feel sometimes about unverified, but for a card like this, $4, $3.5, not bad at all. You get some cheap QCs here. This card was like closer to 20. And you can kind of see the buyout right there, and then the rise right here. So if you guys are watching this, you got this far, hey, there's a nice little deal right there for you. Evolzar Lagia QCs are $7, going up to about $8 here. Not too bad here for this card. I mean, I still think this card could hit 20s. This card was cheaper. Some people were trying to sell this around 5 to 6. I still think this card could just go up higher with the Dino support that we're getting eventually. Yep, $8, not that bad. Enemy Controller QCs are 7s. Generic card comes in the format once in a while. $7 isn't too bad. Plus, it's a collector card. $7. This is actually a really good QC that I would highly recommend picking up. Polymerization here. These are 7. It's just a poly for $7. We have a lot of polys to kind of compete with this, but $7 is not bad. Brilliant Fusion QC. These are $10 now. 11. Just wanted to kind of catch up on this because of the Brilliant, the Gem Knight support. Chaos Space, $7. I talked about this card when it was 5. I talked about when it was 7 and 8. There's still $7. This card will go up if we have more decks that can play it. That's kind of what this card hinges on. I still think it is good. The fact that you're able to, add a lighter dark monster that can't be summoned or set, that's a certain level, very good. And then you get a draw, so it's not that bad. You get to maybe put something in the graveyard that you want, right? Not bad, especially if Eclipse Wyvern, comes back, which I actually do want to look at this here. I will say Platts at 15 cents is a very good penny stock, but QC's $5. If this card ever gets unbanned, I'll probably go up to 20 something. Chimeric Overdragon, this is just a buyout that I noticed. They're like 12, 13, going up to like, okay, nobody's buying 35, but good luck, have fun. Actually, this card could sell for 35, but just a Cyber Dragon card that you might not know is QC. If you did want this, it's $10, going up to 15, 20, going up to 35. So get it while you can, I guess, if you do want it. I personally love Cyber Dragon a lot. I also like Roids, but I really wish they did more with that character in GX. I want to say his name was Tate, the guy who played Roids, but like, it couldn't have been Tate. It was something like Tristan, I think. I don't even remember, but he had blue hair and glasses. Probably the most forgettable side character that in Yu-Gi-Oh. But then again, you can name anything after 4th Yu-Gi-Oh, and people probably don't know it well. Sun and Mining QCs, these are You get some the one cheap copy there for $6, and then it's like $8. Whenever we get a meta Cyber's deck, this card is going to go up because it's QC. If not, it's just a QC searcher. I definitely think these cards like this could go up over time. We never know what this card's going to be in 5 years. So it's not a bad card to get overall. I definitely would recommend it while it's cheap, because this card was always like minimum 10 to like 20. So $8 or like, 7, a little cheaper, right? You can get some deals here. Like you got over here, you're really paying like dollars 30 cents or something, because you're paying $7 a copy plus 99 cents shipping. Not too bad. But with that being said, boys, let me know in the comment section below what merchandise you'd kind of want to see. Join our Discord. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe. Check out my videos right over here. And consider being a channel member. It really does help support the channel. Click the join button. I got multiple tiers. And I got more channel member videos coming soon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and subscribe. Peace.